Oh, come on. Hit it. There we go. We are live.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show.
Show.
I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go.
Book of face.
There's a man over there. Into the music.
I want to go tropical today. You want to go tropical?
Tropical.
All right, let me go tropical. What
Rainy
the hell? See if I can find it. Sing along, Ceris. So, oh, I don't like that. There we go. I like that better.
Hello, hero and happy.
I like that one. What?
And actually, Jamie, you inspired this topic for me, just so you know.
Oh, yes. Who we got checking in? Gina McCann. Steve Downey, how are you? TJ in the house. TJ the DJ. Wiggy, wiggy, wiggy.
DJ.
Jamie Minnick. Heroes and happiness today. No joy in judgment.
She's the one who, what did I just say?
Inspired. That was the term used.
Inspired.
Okay, not perspired, but inspired.
Well, I mean, I've perspired today.
Have you? I have too. And it's been a long day, but we're going to make it a longer one. So let's see what we can do here. See who's checking in. Sharon.
Hi, Erica.
Skip from Liars for Hire is here. Bob Klein in the house with his wisdom, always.
Such a smart man.
He is. Man, my glasses have got something all over there. What the hell is going on
Ready
here?
for a wholesome all-together team show today. Thanks, Kevin Cooper. I am so excited to be here with everybody.
It's Be Nice Tuesday. It is. After last week, and yes, we'll throw it out there, the elephant in the room, as we like to call it, we got in a little trouble. So we're not going to get in trouble anymore.
But it wasn't me, because I'm super innocent and I don't do anything wrong.
I wish I had that angel thing I could put over your head right now, because you never do anything wrong. Oh, my. Welcome to All Around Town Radio's Hot Topic Tuesday.
Hot Topic Tuesday.
And we've got a good one for you today, as Steve Harvey would say. Hello, Carolyn. Thank you for being here. Jimmy Kilroy
Carolyn.
In the house. Look at Jim. There he is.
Liar.
Hi, Jim Kilroy. Thank you.
You don't know me, Mickey. What's this thing sticking up in my head? What is that?
Well,
That's my hair.
I was going to say, is it something living there, or do we have...
I mean, it could be.
It could be, yeah. Well, you only wash your hair like once a month, don't you? Isn't that what you told me?
Yeah.
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 And then you get in the Faded Cow food truck, and it gets all sweaty.
Oh, yeah. Is that wrong?
No. Sweaty hair?
I'm working the truck tonight.
Are you?
Yeah,
Are you
y'all
trucking
should
it?
come visit me. I'm trucking it tonight.
Man, that makes you a mother truck.
A mother trucking food trucker lady owner that would never say the F word that rhymes with truck.
No. We're not allowed anymore. I've been put on double secret probation. I was told 24 hours was the fine, and then the next one's 30 days in the hole. Oh, won't that be nice? Hi, Susan. Yes. Anthony Taylor, how are you? I like that.
What's up, Anthony?
Anthony, Kevin in the house. Hello, Kevin. All right. Well, we're sitting on the beach. There's lightning over you in the backdrop. That's probably pretty appropriate. And you see that? You have lightning bolts coming out of that hair of yours today. We're going to have a little fun with this. Look at that. Patrick O'Neill knew my reference. Yes. Humble pie. Give me my points for 30 days in the hole. So, Ceris, how are you?
I'm very well, Scott. And how are you today?
I am so good. I'm so happy you're being happy and joyous, and we're spreading today heroes and happiness versus joy and judgment.
I'm so happy, everybody.
This is the redemption show, redemption songs show today. We're talking about something really cool, and you were inspired for this one.
I was.
By several people, but Jamie Minnick being one of them.
Yes.
And I am inspired by it as well because I have several people who I owe a debt of gratitude to for supporting what we do here on All Around Town Radio and what we do out and about to support the live music scene. You came up with a winner today. It's really about supporting your local music scene. And we've got a lot of good ideas and we've got a lot of good things to talk about. But why don't you kick it off, Garris, with some examples of how people support you and your business?
I would like to do that.
Well, good. I'm going widescreen with you. Here you go. Look at that.
Hello,
Take it away.
everybody. It's so good to be here today. The reason that I chose this topic, the reason why I chose this topic is because I've noticed lately the amount of people, and it's pretty much the same people. It's the same people that are constantly sharing all of my posts, like from the Bell and the Bear and from now the Faded Cow food truck. And I'm just super duper honored because they don't just do it once in a while. They do it every day. They share something of mine. And that's how, whether we love it or hate social media, we need it. These businesses need it. And whoever says you don't need social media or get off it, you either had a built-in crowd 20 years ago or you don't care if you have one or not. So it's a necessary evil if you want to call it that. And I got to tell you, I thank these people from the bottom of my heart. It makes me smile every single time that I see these people. Every single time. I never get sick of it. They share a post of mine. I mean, it changes everything. It means the world to me. And the reason why it inspired me is because Jamie messaged me yesterday and was like, hey, is your food truck available for this event that's coming up? Unfortunately, we're booked and we just wouldn't have time. And I just thought to myself, my goodness, how lucky am I to be surrounded by such incredible people that support everything I do. And I just want to say thank you.
Don't you think that that's what makes our community and the folks who surround you and I know, makes it work? I mean, it's because it's people leaning on each other when they're down. It's people leaning on each other when they're up. It's people sharing everything about what the artists are doing out there.
Yes.
I mean, something as funny as the Rick Kearns fan club shirts that Kevin did. I mean, that's funny, but yet it's recognizable. It makes people wonder if they don't know who Rick Kern is. I need to go find out. It's kind of a cool little concept. And like wearing other people's merch is another thing, and T-shirts, and you do it, I do it. People go all over the world with these shirts we have and send us pictures.
Kevin Tolles literally goes, no matter where he is, he has a Bell and the Bear koozie and he takes a picture and posts it every single time.
Isn't that cool?
Come on, man. That's cool as stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, I couldn't have gone away on vacation without my Bell and the Bear gear. You know, we went to another country near Venezuela of all places, and we're sitting on this little island, and somebody actually asked me, what does Bell and the Bear mean? So I went into this story about you and your pup and all that, and they were like, that is a really cool name for a bar. And I thought, how about that? How about that?
Yeah, and when Erica, Kathy, and I went to the M3 festival, we made sure we had our All Around shirts with us because we wore them. Like all the three of us, we made sure we wore them.
And there was one taken backstage, I noticed, which is really super cool and all that. So yeah, that's fun stuff. But there's so many ways you can help support the local music community. And guys that are watching today, we are looking for your input here too. If you have ideas and things we may not have seen yet, we'd love to hear them in the comments. Throw them in there, because that's what this show's all about. It's your interaction that makes this show as successful as it is. And we got a lot of live viewers right now, Karis. So hopefully somebody's going to chime in there. And I want to shout out some people real quick, if I can, that share my stuff. You just mentioned several people in your world, and
well, like, there's more.
Oh, I know, and we're going to get to that. You want to go? You want to go first? You can go first.
No, I just want to make sure that my voice is heard.
Because you're one impatient. I'm really holding back today. You know that, because I'm trying not to be off probation and into the principal's office.
You're holding back? I've never wanted to swear more in my life.
Some people sent me a message the other day and said, you said more swear words than Karis did today. I was like, oh, I've accomplished something. They're realizing that you swear all the time. So there. Hi, Glenn. Thank you for checking in today. Good to see you with us. And what's Bob Klein got to say here? Bob, my comments aren't popping up as easy as I'd like them to.
From a fellow Karis, it's clear that, oh, see, Bob, you're such a smart man.
Bob is. Bob's always got the number one answer. He does. And just like Christmas, sharing is caring. Sharing anything is caring. I mean, if you share somebody's event, and you know, Karis, let's talk about that too. There's something really important that we want to chat about today too, that you can do for an artist or anything. You don't have to even go to the event. But if they put an event out on the Book of Face and you hit interested in it, people see that. People across, it gets shared more.
Do they see the interested, or do they see the going?
Well, they see going a majority of the time, but they can also see the interested part. Oh, and okay. I think that's something to remember, because, you know, it don't make a false sense of security to somebody, because some artists take it really serious if you say you're going and then you don't show up. But hit that interested button or share the event on your page. Now, there's one thing I will tell you here at All Around Town Radio. We do on Thursdays our show of who's playing out. That's when we share the information. I have so many bands that are involved with us, I can't possibly begin to share their events to my page. There are pages out there about what's happening everywhere and who's playing where and all those things. You can share those to that anytime you want. But please understand, Thursday is our day for that. And some people get a little tight-jawed about that. If we don't, you know, why didn't you share my event to your page? Well, if I share yours, I've got to share 150 other bands. That tends to be a little bit of an overload on your page, and I don't want to do that, and I don't want to make everybody just put us on snooze, so to speak. But you go ahead and mention some more people, Karis, and then I'll get into who I want to recognize as well.
Well, I want to recognize, like I said, Jamie, Kevin Tolles, his best friend, Gina. Gina always shares things too. Erica always shares. Kathy, my God, Kathy basically shares everything.
Kathy's like your ambassador.
I mean, how lucky am I? Like everybody, and I'm just shocked every day by not just like Taz shares everything as well. I mean, like, I don't know. It just really hit me yesterday when because I'm always so happy about it. And it just hit me how Caroline, she shares like a bunch of stuff. They care. They legit care. And that's amazing to me. That's just amazing.
Thank you, Kevin Cooper. That's a good point too, because I have a real pet peeve about videos in a bar, because they don't always represent as good as the band is.
Oh my goodness.
You know, so that's important to send it to the band, let them review it and see if they want to post it on their page and so on. That's a good thing, because that can be a little tough. If somebody, like I said, I always use the example of the woo girl standing next to you, singing off key or something like that, and it gets on the video and you think that's the singer, and it's really not, but it can be really confusing. And even bands should be very selective as to what videos they put up, because that's what venues go look at.
Yeah, there was you got to be very careful what videos you post as a band, and you got to be your toughest critic, and you got to be realistic, and you got to know this just doesn't sound right.
Right.
And that's okay.
And some of it doesn't, and it's not the band's fault. I mean, you have to understand,
and some
especially
of it is the band's fault, and you've got to be realistic.
where you're standing, though. I mean, if you go up front and you're catching wedge monitors in your microphone on your phone because you're standing at the very front of the stage, you're not getting the mix in the back. You're probably only hearing what's in that wedge monitor and some drums, and that doesn't represent the band very well. So if you're going to take a video, do what Bill does. Bill Dankoff, I mean, he's out in the audience with a selfie stick in the air taking video, and he gets good audio out there because he's back where the mix is for people to hear. And that's kind of important as well. Thank you, David Sams, for that.
Yeah, thank you, David Sams. It's awesome.
Yeah. And
Jim shares everything too. Oh my goodness. Jim posts, I've noticed Jim and Kevin, there's a whole bunch of pages, Facebook pages that they post to on behalf of Jim McCarthy. I'm talking about you, on behalf of the bar and the food truck. I mean, they don't just share it, like, I mean, they full on go. And I'm like, wow, how crazy is that?
Yeah, I call Jim my producer that's not in the studio. I mean, he's out there sharing our stuff every day. And he's one of the ones I wanted to recognize, too, because Jim is one of those guys who really does support not only venues, but the music community. And he's always sharing things about everybody and anybody he goes to see. And that's hugely important. And it doesn't matter if you have 1,000 followers, 200 followers, or 5,000 followers. It doesn't matter. The sharing part, if it brings one person to your next show or to the next time at that venue, it's really cool. And Karis, I had some friends in from Texas this week, and Rebecca from Texas, who's on the show all the time, she came into town and she was so sad that she was only here for a couple of days and they had an action-packed schedule and she couldn't get to the Bell and the Bear because of everything she's heard about it on the show. And I think her next trip, she's definitely going to make a trip to the Bell and the Bear. We did get her to Heather's on Saturday night to see Timestamp for a few minutes.
Nice.
And that was a good time. And, you know, it's fun to see people like that who realize there's a big world out there of local music and a big way to share it and care about it. And we have so many caring people that follow us here. And this is kind of one of those redemption shows, as we said today, where we wanted to give thanks to all of you. We got in a little trouble last week, like we said, and that's in the past now. But you realize that if nobody was watching, you wouldn't be in trouble. So there's a lot of people out there watching and caring for what we do. And we had a lot of support on that. I mean, it was hard. Let me tell you, I know you went through it when you can't post to your own page. Ooh.
Well, yeah, I got
tough.
hacked. I got hacked and they screwed me. But It was just recently,
thanks, Joe Coles,
a couple of months ago, where I posted a meme and they said that it went against Facebook's whatever. But I fought it and I won. So they allowed me to post again.
And they've done something different, because when I appealed the other day and got my sentence taken down to 24 hours, it was interesting because the computer actually responded back fairly quickly and went into review and all that, where I've done that before and it just falls on deaf ears and you never hear back from them. So I thought that's a good thing. So maybe they are being a little more concerned with what they censor and what they do. And I get it. I mean, I understand what we said at the end of the show could be related to be something very bad. And there's a lot of evil that goes on out there on social media. And I get why they watch that and police that. And it's hard to tell the context you're speaking it in. You know, it is. And that's off topic today, though. Jamie, thank you for all the great comments today, by the way. Yes.
I love Jamie.
She's awesome. So throw the ideas out there, guys. And Gina says Bill gets good videos. I'm way behind here in the comments. So throw the ideas out there, guys, if you can. And let us know what you're thinking about today and how you support live local music. And there's a huge supporter I wanted to mention right there. I just popped his comment up.
Yeah, he's a huge supporter.
Ed is one of those guys. Yes, if you overpost, you see a drop off. Absolutely. And they do that. They slow you down and all those things. It's all computer analytics. But Ed, let me just say what you have done for not only the Bell and the Bear, but the local music community through your photos is second to none. It's so good.
I hope you're still on, because this was on the old page, so I lost his contact because he was in my messenger as well. But he was from London. He was from England, and he started messaging me a married guy, and him and his friends were planning a trip, and they were going to come to Cincinnati to go to the Bell and the Bear strictly from the pictures that you took. And he was like, you got to tell whoever's taking your pictures that we're coming because of those pictures. And I was like, well, that's crazy cool. I mean, it reaches. I mean, I had followers from all over the world on my old page because I like to be funny. I like to make people laugh. It's not all business. You got to make people laugh too, you know?
Thank you. Thank you, Toy, so much for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I see you're playing up my way this weekend. You're going to be up at Cats in Kettering. That's cool that you're migrating a little further north. I'd like to see that. What else we got here? Rick. Hi, Rick.
Hi, Rick.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Ed says, thank you to us. Thank you, Ed. And that is cool. That's a great story, Karis. I mean, it is when somebody reaches out from that distance. Hello,
Aww,
Brandy.
What up, Brandy?
She calls you beautiful. I've just got a face for radio. Here, let me just fix that right now. Thanks, Brandy. There we go. How about that, people? So I know this isn't as hot a topic as we're used to doing, but I do want to talk about some things today about how people can help their local musicians. And if you haven't thought of it yet, some things that are out there. First of all, I've got 5 reasons at the end of the show I'm going to say to sincerely help your local musician. But I'll come back in now because I know you're tired of Zooming. Go ahead. You want to say something? I can see you when you start moving your lips. You're ready to talk.
Well, that's usually a pretty good giveaway. I want to say that, that somebody made a comment that the venues need to post the events as well. It's a pity that they're not. I feel like some of the older bands and some of the older venues kind of get lazy when it comes to that. It's just from my experience, from what I see, because I guess that they're already established in their mind. And I said some, not all, but I think it's a real pity. And I think it's a real lack. You're really, by not utilizing your band's page or your venue's page. I don't care if you're posting it on your personal page. If you have a band page, there's a reason you do, and you should probably use it and promote it, because I know for me, that's one of the first things that I check when I'm booking a band, and I see how much action is on that page and videos and everything, because that's how I promote. You know, how I promote. When I promote the week of the band, I promote every single day. Every single day. So I would expect pretty much the same of the band. You know, and everybody should do that.
Hi, Gary. Thanks for being here. Gary has joined us from the new Simmons Sanctuary, as he calls it. Quentin's here from Ladder. Thank you for being here. Always promote. Yes. And, you know, there are some ways you can help your local musician. Number one is, first of all, like or follow their page. However you want to do it. I mean, that's the most important thing, because right now, the whole music scene is living and dying by social media. It is. Whether you like it or not, there are people who are out there say, oh, I don't do that crap, blah, blah, blah. It lives and dies by it. People look every week at their phone, whether they go to our page and say, who are you going to go see? Or they go look up events near you, all that stuff. That's how they're selecting what they do. And if they have a favorite venue, that's the first thing I do. I go pop that venue up and say, who's playing there tonight? And am I going to go there tonight? Yeah. And you see, and I mean, I wouldn't have known had Gina McCann not shared a post that she was playing with Doug Hart up here by me at the Phone Booth Lounge last weekend, the weekend before last, on a Sunday. I'd have never known it. And we had the greatest time there watching Gina sing and Doug play and all those things, only because I picked up on it off following her page. And you got to do it. And you've also got to share things, like we said, so important to do that, but also tune into anything they do. If they do a live stream, even if it's 5 minutes to say, hi, this is the band such and such, and we're playing here this weekend, tune in and give it a like. Mm-hmm. People take a lot of effort. You know how much effort it takes for us to do these shows, Karis, and to get here on time, and we're busy people. But when you guys come on and we see there's over 60 people live and there'll be over 1,000 people in a week that look at this, that is so important to what we do. And I can't say that enough. And also musicians also, if they're full-time musicians, just as we saw our buddy Jonathan Grooms is looking for a band to join up with, then support them in that, share that. And so somebody picks up on it. There's an incredible player and singer looking for a band. People would be crazy not to pick up on it. I shared it on both
pages.
Yeah.
Personal and the business.
And you know how else to support them?
You can't take him away on Thursdays, but you guys can.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the other side of the sword, unfortunately.
I know.
But there are some ways too to support the bands. And one thing I'm going to say too is somebody out there that supported us through and through here and had provided things to us. And Glenn Drew's out there, and he does these laminates for shows. He does T-shirts. He does. Oh my gosh, he's supported like the Gamut, Don't Tell Steve, all those people. And he's another one who spends money out of his pocket to kind of keep the local music scene rolling and keep people seeing things. And that's honorable to me. I mean, it is. I think people that do that, and just like Kevin's Rick Kern fan club shirts, those are things that are fun to do and people take pride in. And I think that's so important. And don't forget to put money in a tip jar for a band. If you go to a movie, you're going to drop $50 in a second. So you go to the venue, you buy some drinks, throw a little something in the band's tip jar and give them a little extra bump for the night. I mean, why not? You pay a lot more for other things. Trust me. What do you got? You're looking at something. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at comments. There's somebody said virtual tip jar, and I agree. If somebody is going live, even though I don't agree with going live from a venue since COVID is over, but if you are, definitely leave a virtual tip.
Yeah. I don't agree with that either, by the way. I want to say that out loud. I think people that put the camera on for their entire show from a venue are doing a total disservice to the venue and themselves.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay if you do a set or something like that, or a few songs. I think that's fine. But the whole show, man, you are really killing that venue.
Thank you, Gina. Yeah, all the laminates are hanging behind me back here on the wall. I'm pointing back here to numerous ones. I got more on the wall over there that Glenn has done. And those are cool memories of things that you went to see and did. And I want to mention something, though, that we didn't get into at the beginning. And let me scroll back up here. I got a note about it. I want to say that we spend a lot of money on music. People do. I spend a lot of money on music, but I'll tell you, does anybody else feel like, maybe you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, I'm going to throw this out there, that nowadays when you go to big arena shows or stadium concerts and all that, they're all beginning to me to be the same. I mean, how do I put this without pissing people off? I guess I will, but they all tend to run together. You pay exorbitant prices for tickets. You pay, $12 for a beer. You pay $50 to $60 for a t-shirt if you want it. And you're still not front row center being close like you can be in a local venue hearing great music. And live local music is affordable, people. It is. It's affordable. It's a thing to go do and to spend a good night out on a weekend and enjoy supporting local. And we all got into that mode during COVID. Support local, support local, support local. And I think some of us have forgotten and do it. Yeah, I didn't even add in parking and all the other crap that goes along with it. And, if you want a good parking place, it's, Voice of America was a great example. $90 to park for a parking pass. $90. You add that to the bottom line. I mean, I get it. They have to get the money and pay those artists, but and I've been to the stadium tour this year with Motley Crue. I've been to the Garth Brooks sold out shows. I've been to the local venue, and I'll take the local venue every single time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I only go to maybe 1 or 2 concerts a year because I'd rather spend my money locally. There's some artists that I really want to see because it's their last time, or something like that. But
I'd rather wear a Black Bone Cat t-shirt around town than I would a Motley Crue t-shirt. Everybody's got a Motley Crue t-shirt, or everybody's got, a Garth Brooks shirt.
I would wear a Black Bone Cat t-shirt if I didn't, but I need to pretend like I don't like Rick Curran, so I just don't wear it. But the secret is that I love him. He's wonderful, but we can't tell him that at all. So.
No, his head will get bigger than it already is, and it won't fit in the bucket anymore. Where is that
head going to fit if I say it out loud?
Well, it won't fit in the bucket, that's for sure. And he wears a bucket on his head a lot. He does. And Sharon says, I couldn't afford that. A lot of people can't afford that, Sharon, and that's what I'm talking about. You can afford to go out and spend a few dollars on a drink or two or something to eat in a venue, and you can afford to throw a little something in the tip jar, and you still walk away with a lot less money spent than you would even to park at a concert. I mean, it's just craziness. So that's my pet peeve about concerts. I'm not dogging anybody that goes to big concerts. A lot of people love them. What's Jim saying there? What's Jim got?
Yeah, I think there's still people. I mean, it's not their fault, but they're tagging the old Bell and the Bear page, which had been hacked. So I blocked it. I don't. So if you block it, then you can't tag it.
Right.
So, yeah, so that's what I do. I mean, I'm glad you mentioned that thing about the live, because unfortunately with bands, bands raise their prices naturally, and with the prices of everything going up, we're going to start more so having to charge a cover because we just can't afford it. It's not cheap, because when you have live music 4 or 5 times a week, that's literally, I mean, couple more than that, quite a few $1,000s a week. So we're, I hate it, forced to start charging a cover. But the way that I'm putting it is every single penny that is made at the door goes directly to the band. And that was the only way that I was going to do that.
And Dave Wade says, I think a cover is fair. I think a cover is fair as well. And I don't ever bat an eye at paying a cover. I'm old school. I'm old school in the sense that I wish that, I like a venue providing the music, but it's just too expensive. And I'm a music venue. So I want to have music when I can. And the only way to do that is to charge a cover nowadays. Well, what I was talking about too, about big shows, if you pay the money to go to a national act, like in a big arena or stadium, the money you spend on that one show, you could go out on the entire month and see live local music. And local music is so diverse too. You have your choices of whatever you want to go see. You don't have to go to the Bell and the Bear. You don't have to go. I mean, you can go anywhere you want, and you can pick that venue, and you can pick that. You can pick the genre of music you like, all those things. It is, and if they have to charge you $5 to get in, I literally saw somebody walk up to a festival over the weekend. It's a fundraising event. It's called Springboro Oktoberfest. Watched a couple walk up to the door, and they said there's a $5 ticket price to get in, and they turned around and left. We're not paying $5. And I'm thinking, well, if you're not paying $5, you're sure as hell not going to go in and pay $6 a beer or $12 for a bratwurst or whatever it was.
They would, though. They would. They just don't think that,
Yeah, and people have that in their head. I'm not paying a cover. And I go to Froggy's, our sponsor, on Thursday, and I sit there by the door sometimes. I watch people come to the door, and they say $5, and people turn around and go right back out. Well, in my opinion is you don't need those clients then. I mean, if they can't afford to give you $5 to come in and get live entertainment for the night, do they ever go to a movie?
That's what surprises me is, I know for me, I'm not talking about I'm strictly talking about the Bell and the Bear. Like, I don't keep any of the cover. I don't keep any of the cover. I want that all to go to the band. I've never had an issue paying a cover. But it shocks me the amount of people that try to get in for free when their whole purpose is to go out to see live music. And it's like, it's not free. They deserve to be paid too. You know what I mean? Like, your whole purpose is to support these music because you want to go see live music. Well, somebody, we all got to pay for it. I want to thank everybody with these kind comments about the cover. It makes my heart smile. So thank you all. I appreciate that.
And Karis, I'm so glad and grateful now I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm not working the backstage of shows anymore. I used to do a lot of that, and my phone would literally explode if it was a big show or somebody coming to town of everybody wanting a free pass in, everybody wanting a ticket in, everybody. And I go back to our friend Big Don, and he was recovering from a heart transplant, and people were blowing him up about getting into Motley Crue, Bret Michaels at the stadium and getting backstage and blah, blah, blah. Oh my God. People are ruthless when it comes to that kind of stuff. Pay the cover.
You need to put up Dave Wade's comment like ASAP.
Okay, I'm getting there. Where is it?
Oh, and Melody Snow, thank you, Melody.
That one?
Yep. It's the same people that are like, are you gonna give me the free drink? Like, why do I have to buy a drink? Like, I know you. That's what I'm saying. It just shocks me. Shocks me.
Well, would I come to your Best Buy store you work in and ask for a free TV? No.
I know. It's just it's a weird concept in my mind.
It is. I think strange.
I think a lot of people just, I don't know what they think.
Yeah, you're doing well today, by the way. I just want to tell you.
Thank you. I am struggling.
I know. Yes. And yeah, and Toy, that's a great point, because so many of those nationals now are tracking stuff, and it's interesting singing along to the track, and you pay $250 to go see your favorite band lip sync. That is not good. And everybody used to get on Milli Vanilli about it. Now there's a whole lot of big acts doing it.
You're right, David Sams.
Where is David's comment? I'm getting there.
Like, that's what we were saying earlier, David. We were saying that, do a couple songs, maybe a set. Absolutely. But
great statement, David. That is, that's exactly what we were talking about. Yeah. So I'm reading a few more comments here. Cooper's rolling in with one here.
Man, if I've ever asked for a deal or something, I apologize. But yeah, I mean,
yes,
it's weird.
And there are people who give you deals. There are, and that is okay. If they want to give you a deal to play your venue and say, hey, it's a special event or a fundraiser or anything else, we'll do it. That's okay. It doesn't matter. But to go out and ask people, well, I'm going to let you open for such and such, you're going to come play for free for an hour.
No.
Nah, not so much.
No.
And Lee says he'd pay a higher cover to see a good local band. Yes.
Everybody deserves to be paid. They're working.
Thank you.
It's their job. Even if it's not, if it's just a hobby, I don't care. You deserve to be paid.
Yes. Fair weather friends. I agree with you, Joe Coles. Thank you for that.
It's funny. I have some people that like don't drink or spend any money in the bar, and they'll still complain, which is fine, but they'll still complain about paying a $5 cover. And I'm like, you can at least support the band, dude. Just support the band.
Right. And you know what I like to do at the holidays? I have a lot of music loving friends, and I like to go out to people who have CDs or whatever, however they have their music, if they have it in some tangible form that you can hold on to, whether it's a thumb drive or CDs or any of that. And I will go out and buy up a bunch of those from the artist and then try to give them to my music loving friends to introduce them to new music. And it's fun to do at the holidays and for their birthdays and things like that. It's a little more fun that way to give some of this. And I get a lot of freebies. I do. A lot of people give me stuff to play on the show here. And once I download it into a hard drive, I can kind of hand that on. It's like reading a book and passing it to the next person and letting them get a chance to get a flavor for that artist. And that's another way you can really help live local music, is to share not only their posts, but share their music with people. What else you got, Karis? We're running out of time, so let's chat it up there for a minute, if you will. I've got something to bring up here to play a little this or that with you here at the end.
I just want to say thank you again to everybody. Honestly, I really appreciate it. I get a lot of people that say, you must be, they'll be like, I love your bar. And some people are like, are you tired of hearing it? I don't ever get tired of the kindness and the compliments. And sometimes I'm just tired in general and I have resting bee face, but that doesn't mean I'm tired of hearing it. And it, no joke, makes me smile every time I go on Facebook and I see one of my things shared, and there it's always, you know, it's the same people and new people. It means the world. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
And let me say too, I didn't even begin in this show today to mention all the people who have supported what we do here at All Around Town Radio also. So, and Karis, you're one of my huge supporters, and I thank you for that. And there's a lot of venues who support what we do. They send us their, and it's hard sometimes to send your gigs each week, and the bands, people are busy. I get that. And for those who do, thank you very much for that. For those who share our show on Thursday, especially because we mention you, that's what it's all about. It's scratching each other's backs a little bit. And the more you share, the more views and the more people come to your shows. I mean, that's how it works. I'm looking at a few more comments here as they come up. Yes, that was a great breakdown Scott had there, I thought, too. Did you see that, Karis? His $5 4-band members, $1.25. That's
a lot of them charge a lot more than that, which is fine, because I have no, I'm not bitching about. Oh wait, I'm not.
It's
itching
okay. Itching. Did you get bit by something?
I got bit.
Oh, what's Rick say? Last guy in the best venue. Thank you, Rick, but don't cuss on the page, please.
Rick, love you, but I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute.
Yeah. Well, let me just say this at the end before we get into this or that, and we'll end this show today. I want to say first and foremost, my top 5 reasons here to support local music. Number 1, local music is fun. It's fun to go out with your friends. It's fun to see new bands. It's fun to see people play. It's fun to see old bands that you've seen numerous times if you like what they do. Local music, as I said, is economical. Remember that. It's not concert pricing. So you spend $300 to go see a concert for a 90-minute set. You can go out and spend $300 in a month and see a ton of music. And local music also builds community. It builds the venues who help support the community. And yeah, they pay taxes, people. They do. They pay taxes into their community, and that helps support wherever they are. They pay rent to keep a building open and not an empty vacant space, or they buy a building. And you know, those are things that are very important to remember. It's a lot of bills that go into running a venue.
We pay thousands of dollars a year to have live music.
Yes,
not
the ASCAP, like BMI,
thousands of dollars. Just a month. I pay over about $2,000 a month. So
yeah, not to mention all the other stuff, right?
And then that's this much of it.
And how many music events out there are free, people? Think about that. Free. So drop a little something in the tip jar, buy a few drinks, tip your waitresses, your servers, your bartenders, all those people. I hate to be cliche about it, but so many people, even people that come to my events, the servers will tell, I said, how'd you do tonight? Well, we did okay, but I had that one party at 10 and they tipped me like $3 on the night, you know, or whatever, because they just think they don't have to. And it's how those people make a living, folks. It's how they make a living. So please take care of them. And thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Rick. You've been very nice today. I'm not sure if you hurt yourself or something.
What Rick is that is what I want to know. Which Rick is
he's wonderful. He comes here a lot. I haven't seen him in a minute, but he comes in a lot. He's usually here. They used to come every Thursday.
I've seen him. I saw him the last time I was there. Thank you, Rick. And I saw him last time I was there. So lastly, I think one thing is local music is personal. A concert is not personal. You are a dollar sign to the promoter for that concert. Actually, as Karis just said a minute ago, you do matter. Even though there's times she gets very busy, can't stop and talk all night to people and those kind of things, she is not purposely ignoring you or any way, shape, or form. A concert promoter is not, he doesn't even know you exist except for a number. Your ticket number such and such and such, and your dollar number such and such. Keep that in mind. I know some of the artists that are up there appreciate people, even the nationals, they do. They appreciate their fans and so on. But local music is personal. And I think that's what we try to promote here and try to do.
And I just want to say, I'm bringing back Lita Ford in Christmas, and I know we're talking about should do local, but this is going to be on a Wednesday. And the reason why I like Lita Ford, but also they were so kind and were so complimentary. They reached out to me to be like, your place is awesome. The people that were there were awesome. Like they're like, we'd love to come back anytime. Like they completely understood what the Bell and the Bear was about. And when I was like, do you guys want to like come back for like a Christmas thing? And they were like, we would absolutely love to. Like they got it. And I was like, okay, I want these people back. You know what I mean? Like even they understood it. Local is important. Even though they're not local, they understood why the Bell and the Bear is what it is. And I thought that was cool.
Righto. Well, thank you today for a great show. Quick this or that at the end. You ready? This is our kinder, gentler this or that. Work vacation or a work-free holiday? Are you not answering me?
Yeah, because I love to work. So it doesn't bother me, but I'll try a work-free holiday.
Okay. How about a TV series or a movie?
Movie.
Arctic or tropical?
Tropical Arctic. Arctic tropical.
Matching or mismatched socks?
Could care less. No, matching. I like matching. That's
take out or dine in?
Take out.
Board games or card games?
Card games.
Video games or books?
Video games.
Fishing or hunting?
Fishing.
Okay. Paperback or hardcover book?
Hard.
Oh. Trivia or karaoke?
Trivia.
Trivioki. There you go. How about fresh juice or a smoothie?
If it's freshly orange juice, I'm going to go with that. Fresh orange juice.
Okay. And to end on such a pleasant heroes and happiness note today instead of joy and judgment, our final one today in this or that is roses or sunflowers?
Sunflowers.
I knew you'd
yellow
say that.
tulips are my favorite.
Are they?
Yeah.
There you go. Anybody wants to send her flowers, send her yellow tulips. Yes.
Yeah. I love flowers in general.
Flowers.
Flowers. I love flowers.
Yes.
Do me a favor.
Yes.
Put that beep you put on when I swear and just leave it going for a solid 10, 15 seconds.
Wow, you got to get it out of your system?
I got to get it out.
Hold on. I got to find it first.
Flowers.
First.
Flowers.
There we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Go right ahead.
All right. I can't believe I can fucking swear it all through this whole fucking show. I couldn't say fuck not even fucking once. Fuck that. That's fucking bullshit.
Okay. Let's hope we didn't get in trouble for that. Sunflowers and happiness. Thank you all.
Jamie, could you hear it?
Yes, you could. That's the problem. I didn't get to the board fast enough.
Oh.
Yes. Thank you, Karis. Peace on earth.
Okay.
Judgment.
Bye.
Thanks, Bob Klein. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. You ready to go bye-bye? Let's go bye. I'm trying. I don't know. What have I got? Yes.
Stop. Stop now. Damn it, I said stop. Stop it. Man, stop.